others. You see, because they feel that, eventually they are going to feel that they are a little different and people may not accept them. So they want to be accepted. Some children who don't get good support, they fit in. They hide their gifts. Okay, that's very sad actually. Sensitivity to criticism or peer rejection. Let's say, after a few years, their cognitive level is already like that, and they are still in the same class. That child wants to play with the others. No lah, don't want lah. You don't know what you talk. I don't understand you. We all don't understand you. You go play your own thing. We want to play. You don't join us. Peer rejection. It can be detrimental. You got to be careful about that. You need to find out what's happening at school. If the child comes home and tells you that nobody wants to play with you, you need to intervene. You need to find out why, and maybe the child does not fit in that class. Acceleration may work. Something. High energy, alertness, eagerness. Now, usually gifted children, they have a lot of cognitive energy and also physical energy. The younger you are, there's a lot of physical energy. What happens is that frustration with inactivity. You ask the child to sit at one corner and do your work quietly. It is not going to happen. So be prepared. If your child is gifted, if your child can quietly sit and do the work, for a long period, just quietly, very good, obedient child, chances are your child may not even be gifted. So a gifted child is usually very, very energetic, high level of activity, and may be seen as hyperactive. May be seen, but please don't feed them Ritalin. Problem is, in US this happens a lot. The moment the child is very hyper in class, the teacher would recommend the child, refer the child to a counselor or psychologist, then see a psychiatrist. Hyperactive. The psychiatrist just prescribes medicine. I mean, it's like, I say, oh yeah, okay, this, that. I think you're hyperactive, give you medication. Especially when the school refers. Be very careful. Don't medicate the child. I think a lot of children have been misdiagnosed as being hyperactive when they are really not hyperactive. They are just very active children. Why aren't we active during? Not we, like you're very young. Sometimes not as active as the children today. You're tired. It's so different from what we used to have. Don't tell them, oh, during mommy's time, mommy's such a good child, not like you, very naughty. The child can answer the challenge, you know what you feed me or not? Independent prefers individualized work, reliant on self. They like to do, which is why a gifted child who is very young, I'm talking about toddler, preschool age, you should have a lot of free play time for them. Let them explore, discover on their own, as long as it's safe, but monitor. But don't keep interrupting, the child will be building blocks. Not like this lah, like that. You don't interrupt the child. The moment you interrupt, the child is not learning already. Let the child make mistakes, get frustrated, never mind, try again. Encourage the child to keep trying. You don't interrupt. May reject parent or peer input, non-conformity. Even if the child is doing it incorrectly, it's okay. It's okay. You can explain later. At that time, allow the child to make mistakes. How do we learn? We make mistakes, we learn. The child needs to learn the same way. Okay, let's say I remember there was one teacher who told off a child because he very young, preschool, drew a house. The house was green in color. The mountain was yellow, the sun was, I think, blue. So the teacher said, what is this? Oh yeah, the water was, I think, brown. So he said that, it is not wrong. Instead of telling the child, where got such thing, ask the child to explain. And that was a gifted child actually. That child said that, in my dreams, these were the colors. So, so why can't because the teacher said, you write from your imagination in your mind, write from the mind. He said, so this I'm coloring based on my dreams according to the dreams. So it is not wrong. Okay? Ask the child to explain. Don't ever tell a gifted child that this is wrong, this is right. Remember, there's always a grey area. In anything, even for us, there's always a grey area. Ask the child to explain why. Diverse interests and abilities, versatility, may appear disorganized or scattered, frustrated over lack of time. They're like, want to do this, want to do that. Sometimes, cognitively, you see, their mind is racing all the time. Like, I want to do this and I want to do that as well. They don't have enough time. For them, that I want to do too many things at such a short time. Which is why they have problems sleeping. Now, a lot of people say, oh, my child is gifted because sleep very little. No such thing. It is not that because the child sleeps a little lesser than other children, the child is gifted. It's because the child is not able to shut down cognitively. But other gifted children, oh, your child is not gifted because sleeps a lot. Because probably, okay, let's say these two children are gifted, but you will see, oh, my child is gifted because he never sleeps well. The other child is also gifted but sleeps a lot. Why? Probably the parents or the child have learned methods of shutting the child down. You know, before sleeping, there are some methods the parents discover. Whether the parents know the child is gifted or not, they have discovered methods to slow the child down before sleeping. Or when the child is really tired, the child will sleep. Strong sense of humor. Okay. Peer may misunderstand humor, may become class clown for attention. Sometimes, you know, they want the attention because they are not really accepted by the peers and all. They do silly things in class and all to get attention. Or they do silly things in front of other people, you know, and you're like, boom, don't, so embarrassing, sit down quietly. But you see, they have that attention, they want that attention, they want to be funny. Because you don't understand their jokes, so they try to, you know, show their jokes physically. Okay. Similarly, characteristics that may pose challenges, admired behavior and problem behavior. Now, the admired behavior, verbal proficiency, talks above the head of HPN. Nobody understands. Okay. Long attention span, tunnel vision. You only want to do that and that. Resistance to interruption. They don't want to be interrupted. Okay. Rapid learning, because they learn so quickly. Chances are, firstly, you can see their handwriting isn't great. Okay, not very good. Now, gifted children do make a lot of mistakes in time test, and they make a lot of mistakes. Why? Because they want to finish quickly. Oh, boring. Finish. Okay, I don't look at it again. Creativity escapes into fantasy daydreaming. This is very common for the gifted child in the classroom, which is boring, which is dull. Independent learning, inability to accept help, non-conformity for its own sake. Now, they rather do things on their own, which is okay. Critical thinking, critical attitude towards others. Okay, again we talked about it. Perfectionism. Preference for complexity. Resistance to simple solutions. You know, for them, sometimes the solution is so easy. Unfortunately, they will go round. They will go for a difficult way to solve the problem. These are some drawbacks of gifted children. Okay, because they cannot think just like that. They are cognitively so complex that they will look for difficult ways of think. Which is why you can't give them simple activities. Give them challenging activities because they are going to think at their level.